and welcome along to our Euro Super Debate, brought to you today by Manscaped, right? Don't forget you can get up to 20% off. All you got to use the code DonRobbie20 and you can get the Lawnmower 3.0, you can get the ball deodorizer, the ball toner, it's all here. It's stacked right here. Free international shipping as well. We've got a great panel today because what we are going to discuss is who is going to win the Golden Boot at the Euros. It's been a great Euros. I think the Euros have been really, really good.
Really
but who's going to win the Golden Boot? Here to discuss that, we've got James, who's been repping Italy all the way through.
I look forward to meeting you guys in the final.
Oh.
Well, if we get
We've got Alex, who's been doing a great job down. I've seen you out and about, you know, there were absolute scenes when you were doing the England stuff the other day out on the roads. That was brilliant. I mean, the atmosphere when England won it.
Wow, yeah, beer everywhere. I've only just tried, to be honest. Madness, bro, yeah.
Flex, of course, who's been on the watch-alongs. He's been absolutely brilliant on them from United View, right? And my brother, Laurie's in the building, the controversial.
Right.
Always controversial, right?
Blessed and honoured to be in such esteemed company.
before he slags us all off.
He always says this, he builds you up and then absolutely breaks you down.
Right, you know what, the question I want to ask, firstly, right, is who is going to win the Golden Boot at the Euros this year, right? There's still some games to go, but let me talk you through who's at top right now. Top goal scorer. Do you guys know who the top goal scorer is actually?
Is it?
The Czech guy.
CR7, no?
Shit.
It is.
So you're saying
that's still
What are
remaining.
you saying? What are you saying?
Do you mean
top,
that's still remaining?
No, just
or-
top goal scorer at the Euros. Who's the top goal
Ronaldo,
scorer?
isn't it?
You say Ronaldo. Who are you saying?
Ronaldo got 3. Someone had 4.
Who you say?
I'll say Ronaldo. You know.
Shit.
Ronaldo?
Cristiano.
Shit.
Shit.
It is actually Ronaldo.
Okay, what's he got?
Ronaldo's
4?
got 5 goals.
What, 5 did he?
5 goals. He's turned up.
I know.
Yeah, he's
2
a
penalties.
machine, isn't he?
He got
He's
5. When?
still a machine.
He's
I
got
know,
5
right? When did
goals.
they happen?
Dirty machine.
How many penalties was in that?
Dirty
2, innit?
machine.
Got 2 pens.
Two or three, but he's
2
got
against
5 goals.
Hungary.
In it,
Ronaldo.
Right. Didn't know that.
So he's got 5 goals. Schick has got 4. Benzema 4.
Yeah.
Forsberg had 4.
Forsberg.
I was thinking
Forsberg
Forsberg, yeah, he's had a really good
Sweden.
tournament.
Yeah.
I guess the way to look at it, obviously, is some of these guys have gone out, but Ronaldo's still in the running. Schick, of course, is still in the running. The Czech Republic are still in.
No, Ronaldo's out the running.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he's out.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah, yeah.
Ronaldo's out the running because
Yeah.
Portugal are out. Schick's still in the running because the Czech Republic are in. Benzema's got 4, but he's out of the running.
Sterling could make a late
Sterling,
surge.
Yeah.
Tom
Forsberg's
Brady.
out. Lewandowski's out. Seferovic of Switzerland, who scored 2 in the last game.
And
He's
who they
got
got
3
next round
goals.
again?
Switzerland is
Spain?
still,
Spain.
they're
Spain.
still in it. Raheem Sterling, 3 goals, a goal in every game. He's
Big
still
up
in
Raza.
He's definitely going
Right.
to get at least one more.
it. Okay, Lukaku.
At least.
That was
Lukaku's
your
got
shout.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lukaku,
Is he
right?
on 3?
He could still get
2.
some more.
He's on 3, right? There's Sarabia of Spain has got 2.
What's Morata on?
Immobile of Italy, he's got 2.
Wow.
And then Shaqiri's got 2, they're still in it. Yarmolenko has got 2 from the Ukraine. Dolberg's got 2 from Denmark as
A lot
well.
of people on 2.
Pessina, Italy, he's got 2. Poulsen from Denmark's got 2 as well. These are all in contention. Locatelli's got 2. Torgan Hazard's got 2.
He's very well.
And Morata has got 2 as well. Of
2
Spain,
more default.
right? No, one of those goals he scores an
Wicked
absolute
goal.
banger,
Yeah.
right? So, who is going to win the Golden Boot? There's still, you know, quite a few games to go. If you can get all the way down till the end of the tournament, who's going to win it? Who do you think?
I'm
Let's
going
start
for
with-
Raheem Sterling.
You're starting with Raheem Sterling.
I'm going
Why?
for Raheem Sterling because momentum, man. You just look.
So
if
you
you
think he's
remember,
gonna get
he's had
3
a
more?
very indifferent season, and he's. Let's face it, he's got a reputation for missing chances. And I say that as a man that loves Raheem, but the criticism is that he misses a lot. But he struck a rich vein of form. He's confident. Momentum's building, both with England and himself. And I think he's definitely going to score again. And let's face it, man. I know we're going to talk about this later, but the pathway through for England suggests that he's going to do well.
Okay, what about you, James? Locatelli, maybe?
Imagine that. I don't want to look past Lukaku, but then, you know, if I believe Italy are going to knock them out, then do I think he's going to get 2 in that game? But, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it stays on Ronaldo. If just everyone else gets a couple more, but never maybe shares it with someone else who gets another goal or 2. Do you know what? I'm going to go for Ronaldo. I think he might just keep that distance. There's no one else in terms of top goal scorers in teams that I believe are going to get all the way to the final. No one I believe is quite close enough. If Sterling was on 4, then maybe, but it's that 1 away. I don't know. Yeah, I want to go for Ronaldo.
You don't think he's on 4?
No. If he was just that bit
closer.
closer.
Oh, he's on 4. Sorry.
Yes, if he was on 4.
What's Lukaku on?
3.
Lukaku's on 3.
So you'd have to get past Italy and probably Spain.
Italy's the next game, so
3 more goals, basically.
3 goals, yeah.
Probably Spain as well. England at Wembley in the final if they get there.
You know, Lukaku could go all the way till the end. Yeah, because
it's all about the Italy game, isn't it?
It's hard.
That's why I went for Sterling.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to say? Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, all right.
Because you know why?
He's got 1 goal.
Yeah, but you know what? I just got a feeling, don't ask me why, that last goal we scored was massive for him. If he can kick in now, I could be overshooting the mark a bit, but against Ukraine, I think it'll be quite open. I think we'll get a couple goals. Harry Kane can easily score a couple against them.
And then it'll be a semi-final.
And it'll be a semi-final of the Czechs or Denmark.
Or the Czech Republic.
And again, no disrespect, you never know what's going to go on. But Harry Kane again, if he's got a couple the round before, he could easily get another 1/2, and then we're in the final. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Before you know, Harry, and a couple pens, maybe, whatever.
You really talked that into existence, haven't you?
He can do a madness. Like he can do it.
Do you know what,
now he's got that 1 under his belt.
He always finishes off tournaments very well, and Premier League seasons. I think a couple of seasons ago in August, he scored like 10 goals in a month. So unbelievable. But I actually think Schick's got a good chance, you know.
Schick's got 4 goals. And Czech Republic are still in it, remember?
So imagine they beat Denmark.
Does he take penalties?
He got a couple of goals.
Does he take?
I think Schick does take penalties.
I don't know. Listen, he's easily scored.
He will now anyway.
He scored the best goal of the tournament easily for me.
Yeah, definitely.
But he's the kind of player that I reckon he could be in or thereabouts by the end. He could even share it with Ronaldo at the end. But he is following in the footsteps of Milan Baros, who was the Czech striker at Euro 2004. He got the golden boot.
Or Pavel Provorsky.
Yeah, in Euro 96. Yeah. So maybe I think Schick and Ronaldo might share it, you know.
That's a good shout.
My worry with Kane, because you just put a very convincing argument in fairness. This isn't on Kane. I don't think England create enough chances. I actually think England are going to win it.
Still be like 1-0.
I think they'll get to the final. I think they'll win it. I think they create enough chances.
3 games left. Harry Kane scores in each one of them. Oh, then it'll be on level anyway.
Couple hat tricks.
Yeah.
If that, yeah.
I'm going to stick with who I went with at the start of the tournament, which is Lukaku, because
it's a good shout.
When you see Belgium play, everything goes up to him first.
But no De Bruyne potentially, no Hazard potentially.
I think
but still,
that's a lot of service gone.
But he can still.
I think De Bruyne will play. Though.
Yeah, I think they've been declared fit. The old, ow,
right,
and then I feel good. Italy, is it? Yeah, I'm all right.
Ready.
I think Lukaku, he's got 3. You know,
he could easily get another.
If
3.
they do get past Italy,
he'd
probably be in the goals in that game.
He didn't score in the last game, did he?
No.
Right, and then if they get beyond that, you know, on the march to the final, he's the sort of guy. He'll bag a few goals, so I'll stick with him. But it's amazing that Ronaldo is leading the field, and
it's typical Ronaldo. That
you know, they're
I
out.
didn't realise he's
out.
That just shows. It don't matter like what's going on around him. He just delivers on a personal, like he just does.
Lukaku is the kind of guy that you could be watching a game 10 minutes in, by half time he scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
He's in that kind of form, and he's that kind of guy. He just bullies man out of the way.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip of him and Jamie Carragher from a few years ago? And they're doing a little fake
He's
drill.
rolling him, just
and he's like, if I put my arm out here, Romello, you won't be able to get past me, lads. And he's going, no, like, I'll spin you and put it in the corner, it's fine. Yeah. And he was like, go on then, and he did it. Bro, he'd body and bully any centre-back, so he could easily bag a hat-trick, I'm not going to lie.
There was a nice touch the other day after the Belgium-Portugal game, when they knocked Portugal out, and you see Lukaku go up to Ronaldo after.
Someone said, how the hell is Lukaku qualified to be talking to Ronaldo this long? What's he saying? Like Ronaldo's not like a big man. Like, what's he saying? Don't worry, you'll be right next time, bro.
He's like,
No, but you know what I think it was?
I know.
Someone
I
said
think he was basically saying you're a legend, and it's even though we knocked
It's an
you
honour
out,
to share the
it's-
picture of you.
Yeah, I think.
I've got no
Because you can
doubt
see
it
by
was
the way
incredibly
Ronaldo was-
respectful.
Yeah.
But someone said, look like one of those chaps. They go, your time will come. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Like, do you know what I mean?
You've got big things coming.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Really Messi can talk to Ronaldo
One
for that
second,
long.
yeah. Why if people don't put enough respect on Lukaku's name?
Why, do you say?
Why? Why don't they? I mean,
I think they do now.
he's
Don't
just
know
had a
why.
brilliant
I'll tell you
season.
what.
He's like, you know, he's
Keyword
won
now.
Serie A. He was, you know, his goals led Inter Milan. He scored everywhere he goes.
Top scorer
Even
for
though he
Belgium.
had a bad time at United, he still scored goals, didn't he?
100%.
I'll tell you what, one word, optics. If you look at Lukaku, he's not the most polished. Sometimes he has that heavy touch, and people just think to themselves,
That he's not good because of
But
it,
when
yeah.
you analyse the stats,
Bro,
I think I
his
saw a
numbers are
stat a
crazy,
little while
yeah.
He's got
ago.
goals wherever he's gone.
Yeah,
Wherever he's
especially considering his age, he's got more goals than Ronaldo and Messi.
The stat you saw was most goals before they turned 27.
Right,
And I think Lukaku's above.
Yeah.
Maybe not Messi, but I think he was above Ronaldo.
It's tight though, because when they got
Bro,
past
he's-
27, then they just went, all right, we'll
Yeah.
just,
Because he,
we'll just put numbers on the board.
sometimes
Number.
those strengths that you perceive in him can work against him because everyone knows just he's just big and strong and quick, so he bullies people. But there's a lot more to his game than
there's
that.
a lot more,
And
yeah.
also, he's a lot more intelligent than people give him credit for.
And the
as
improvement
well.
he's made since Conte, he said it himself, like Conte made me work on certain things, and he has improved in the last
He
year.
looks
So
like-
like, why
happy.
has nobody put respect on this next player's name, right? Because you mentioned, you've put Harry Kane, and you said that even though he's only got one goal, he could get it. What about Morata?
Gets enough chances to get it, it's just when we take it.
He should be 22
Morata,
now.
Morata, they're going to create loads of chances from here
Yeah.
for him from now till the end of the tournament.
I don't know,
He's got
though.
2 goals.
I think Switzerland could knock them out. It sounds wild to say that, but if
You think?
Switzerland can knock France out, you're not telling me that
But if
they
they
can't
get
knock Spain out as well.
I think Morata,
Tough
even
arse, though.
listen, I
It
don't,
is a
he's
massive
not
arse.
your elite striker, right? But I can see him getting more goals in this tournament
He reminds
because
me
Spain
of-
do create a lot of
He's not
chances.
having it, he's like, nah.
Bro, they're
No,
going
James?
out in the next round. man.
Listen, I think he'll get sort of 10 very good chances before the end of his tournament. He might take another one or two.
Was it
I
that
think he's
great-
one of the most erratic finishers I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
I like the underdog though.
And I
What was that
don't-
watch along was doing? I was with David. I'm saying, listen, leave Morata alone, and he still scored in that. He messed up a couple, but he still,
Yeah, a
he still
lot.
scored.
Came
And then the
clutch.
next game he scored again.
He should really be. Morata should really be top scorer in this tournament.
That's
I think
what
he's
I
missed a
mean.
penalty. I'm sure he's missed a penalty
He
as
did
well.
miss a
in this
penalty.
He
tournament.
missed the
He's-
tap in after the
Yeah,
penalty.
yeah,
Do you remember?
yeah,
He
yeah.
just sent it.
Yeah,
Oh,
towards
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He missed a
Yeah,
header.
it's tight.
Yeah,
His
man.
simple header.
No,
he should
but
get
do you know
top
what?
scorer.
I do like, because I was saying on the thing earlier, I was doing something else, and I was like, we do forget as fans, like, that they are human beings, because he was coming out in the press saying, like, it's been half of my family, people have been saying stuff on, like, and like, you do forget, like, they are just normal people. But that's why I was happy that he's kind of, has he silenced them people? Probably not,
No.
because he's got the chances to at least deliver like one goal in those games. So he hasn't silenced them, but he's continually in positions. He's got a decent touch. Like, I feel it's just his finishing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
mean, this right, and it's been quite controversial. A lot of the watch-alongs we've done on the channel, right?
I know Dave hates it.
Where I've been saying,
Yeah.
I'm not on about Morata now. I've been saying, I was having a go at Harry Kane, and I was saying that for me, prolific goal scorer, brilliant player. Unfortunately, as an Arsenal fan, but he is a brilliant player, right? But until he turns up on the biggest stage for these type of tournaments, I can't put him in that world-class bracket. Now, he scored a huge goal the other night, so he's ticked a box.
I
on
think
me,
that's a bit of a
right?
misnomer. though.
But I'm going to ask this question, right? What does make a world-class striker, right? Because Morata now, he's got 2 goals.
Yeah,
And
but you're not saying he's world class because he scored at this.
But Morata,
You're not.
right? Morata is shit world-class. What
One word.
what will...
Consistency.
Yeah,
If you can score 20 goals for 8 seasons in a row, for me that's world class.
yeah.
But then, are you
Anything
world-class?
can happen in a
Are you
tournament.
world-class though? Then if you do that, but then when you turn up at a tournament and you are the figurehead for your
That's
country,
where it becomes a grey area.
When they look at you now and say, right, well you've done it for your. Now we need you. Your country needs you.
No, but he
and
did,
you don't
he did
turn
that in
up.
what you say about not turning up for tournaments, but if I remember rightly, at the World Cup, he got the golden
Yeah.
boot there. Harry Kane.
Yeah.
And then it was up.
So he has turned up in tournaments.
It's pressure moments.
But you're
down.
saying that because he scored against Panama and Colombia and these kind of players. So what you're saying, your logic is, you might score 20, but were they 20 goals that won us the game? Is that your question?
Big goals.
I
Because
don't
it's like, I remember the other day, I went to this event and I was with one of these Opta Stats guys. And even they were saying to me, stats can be a very confusing thing. They said that stats really should come with, like say for instance, a goals and assist stats. They're saying, really and truly, you should look deeper into it sometimes. Like, who did you score those goals against? Yeah. Right? So the example you just gave there, with Harry Kane in the last tournament is quite, you know.
Yeah, but you see
Panama and you score.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second, I'm
Yeah.
not dissing him, but Panama and those sort of teams. But then when it came to them big ones now, the semi-final against Croatia, the big moments.
I think you've got to be careful.
No, but so that's what I'm asking you guys.
Yeah.
How do you gauge it? How do you work it out?
Because you can belittle or demean that achievement, but my answer to that would be okay with saying it was only against Panama. Who else scored against it? You know,
no, but so then, like, you've got a Cristiano Ronaldo.
He wasn't top.
For instance, let's just say we've got a Cristiano Ronaldo right now, right? Who was in the group of death, and he still scored 5 goals. Then you may compare that to somebody who might be in an easy group, say like even England's group, that was an easier group than that. If they scored 6 goals,
is world class then?
You know?
Is that what you're
saying?
I'm
asking you lot.
This is not the question I'm asking you. You see that thing about who did you score against, yeah? I've done some like content with you speak to ex-players who have played the game and have scored a lot of goals, and you might say, all right, there's 38 Premier League games, yeah, but you ain't scored none against the big 6 and that, but you scored 20, 25 goals, but then you're saying, well, all right, well take off my 25 goals. And don't worry about the ones I didn't score against the big 6 and see where we'd be. Like, I don't like that because a goal against a relegation struggling side is still contributing to the 3 points that you need. Yeah. Would you rather say, scrub it off and say you only score against the top 4, but you never score against everyone else? What's more important?
No, but then you could also look at it on the other aspect where you could say, and I'm bringing it back to tournament football, where I could say you score against the small nations, and when you come up against Italy,
but
France,
if the team does well,
Germany,
but then he could really get the top.
No, hold on, and you're the main
nations.
guy. So let's just say you're the main guy.
But he could still
banged it in against the little boys.
But he could still win doing that, and he could be top scorer.
Hold on, right? You banged it against the little guys.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to the big teams now, you're missing.
Can I make an offering on that? And I don't like this stuff about but you scored against. It should be taken very lightly. Because they used to say the same thing about Lukaku when he was in the Premiership. Yeah, but who's he scored? They're all against a bottom place team. Listen, a striker, you're judged on the goals you score. When your career's ended, they're going to look at the amount of games you played and the goals you scored.
That's your
job. It's not going to have an asterisk underneath and say,
but
Robbie scored 40 goals, but
Yeah.
only 15 of them came against the top
I
4
think
clubs.
Robbie's got a point though, because, and on record,
It's a point, but it shouldn't
I
be
think
over.
Harry Kane's world
It shouldn't be the
class.
deciding
I personally
factor.
think Harry
Yeah.
Kane's world
Yeah.
class.
Why do you think he's world class? Just before you carry on, why?
Because for years he's been
Consistency.
banging in goals, and I don't know what
And
Spurs would
he
be
scored
without
against all
those
the big
goals.
teams as well in the Prem and that.
Yeah.
He's not world class just because he's got to a tournament and didn't score.
But where Robbie's got a point.
But Morata's not world class, and he's been banging in goals consistently over the years as well.
Where Robbie does have a point.
No, hold on. Morata's been banging in goals consistently over the years.
Has he?
I'm not sure.
Morata's won leagues. Morata's
because of the
at
teams
various
he's played in.
clubs.
If Tottenham, if Harry Kane wasn't at Tottenham and played for Bayern Munich, he'd have all the.
Listen,
Champions
Olivier Giroud's won everything in the game, but
Yeah.
the minute Benzema was up for playing for France, they took him straight back. And Giroud's a good example of a player whose numbers would tell you, and you look at some of his goals, what a player.
Yeah.
But actually, you dig a little bit deeper.
Is he prolific?
Who did he do them against, or whatever? I think that's why I think Robbie's got a point. You dig a little bit deeper, and you're like, well, I'm not actually. Giroud's numbers and his highlights, I think, elevate him above a level. He's a good player. And he's been a very good goal scorer over his career.
I'm just
he was
putting it
never
out-
world
yeah.
class. So I think you got
I'm
a
just
point.
putting it out there because it
But it
is.
doesn't apply to you.
just don't like
it's
Kane,
like
mate.
Well, it's,
No,
that's
this is. How's this going to?
I'm joking,
I'm not
I'm
making this a
joking.
Harry Kane thing. I'm making this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
In general, what's the
right?
criteria?
Because we're talking about because even like we're in transfer season now, you might see a striker. he scored 40 goals last year in China. Does that mean he's going to be prolific in the Premier League?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, so I do think, and the Opta guy was saying that to me, you do have to take into account who those goals were scored against.
But what I'm saying is you shouldn't overthink that.
Yeah,
scoring goals is scoring goals.
I think it's really easy to do that.
Yeah, it's
to say we played France and you didn't score, but you played a 6 or a 7, but you just didn't score.
Yeah,
but
to me,
Sterling scored and then we won the whole thing, but you scored all the other goals against them and you finished the thing with 6 goals.
To me, I agree with you. To me, that's like deep diving
into
you had a crap
tournament then? Because you didn't score against the big 2 nations, but you scored against the 5 others and then you won the whole thing.
I don't think tournament football is the place to really judge.
It's not. How many games max do you play from the groups to the final? What is it?
Tournaments are a bit of fun, and obviously we take them seriously for our nation.
So I mean, how can you judge over 7 games? It's 38 games where you earn your corn.
For me,
what it is, right? When you play for your nation, whatever position you play in, actually, it's not even just as a striker. When you play for your nation in these big tournaments, the big guys step up.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's what's expected of you.
They do.
It's like, well, yeah. I did the analogy like with cricket that you can be hitting loads of centuries for your county team.
Yeah, when it comes.
But then when it comes to the Ashes now, if you're out for 0, 10, 15, you know what I mean, that's no good because you haven't turned up in the big moment.
And let's be honest as well, international football can sometimes be misleading. So, for example, I think Ronaldo's drawn level, hasn't he? With the guy that's got the most goals internationally. Do you know who that guy was? He plays for Iran. Plays for Iran.
Right, so then again, that's
what I'm saying.
No, but then the point you're making, you just said goals is goals.
Goals are goals.
Goals is goals. Isn't he level? Is he not as good as Ronaldo?
Who it's against.
According to what you're saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the other side of the coin. So I'm saying don't read too much into it.
I think that's what proves
although we're talking about consistency, Kane's been doing it since 2013, years on years on years on years. If you look at someone like Torres, who in my opinion, in 2007 to 2009, he was world class within that period. He was probably the best striker in the world apart from Ronaldo.
In that time frame, because he was
scored
consistent.
The winner for Spain at Euro 2008, but then after 2010, he wasn't world class anymore. So you can be world class for a period. Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or in 2001 because he was world class for 1 year. After that, basically semi-retired. Well, he's come out and said that himself.
Kevin Phillips got 30 goals once, isn't it?
Bro, top goal scorer that season in 2000, 2001.
But it's the longevity, it's the consistency.
And the real ones like Ronaldo's and Messi's, they keep at it for 15 years. But there are a lot of examples where players that we know and love
are doing it for 2 years. I do think Ronaldo and Messi, park them and leave them alone.
My thing is, right,
exactly.
This is just my opinion. A world-class goal scorer will score goals at all levels, and
is
his
Jamie
goals,
Vardy world class?
Jamie Vardy.
He's scored at every level there is.
Jamie Vardy, he's not world class,
but he's scored at every level of English football.
Harry Kane has scored at every level.
He's top class.
Harry Kane has scored at every level.
He's top class, but because he probably hasn't done it at international level.
Who, Vardy?
He
scored the winner against Germany.
I'm on about big tournaments, big, you know what I mean?
Because he never had that longevity to actually play there.
I can't put him in that bracket. Maybe I could have done if he'd have done that, because that has to be added to it, if it's me. That's what makes your Neymars, that's what makes your guys...
Well, the worst thing is that Harry Kane has actually got the golden boot in the last major tournament.
And the Premier League.
All right, well listen, we put it out there to you guys. What makes world class? We'd love to know from you guys. What makes you a world class striker? But once again, let me just go through the panel and get who you think is going to be the top goal scorer in the tournament. So you saying?
I'm going with Raheem Sterling simply because he's got 3 goals now. Momentum's going with him. And if you look at England's path here on in, they should make the final.
All right, so you're going Raheem Sterling.
I'm just getting gas because I think it's going to come home and Kane is going to...
Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Right, Harry Kane.
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo, even though they're out. Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'm going with Schick and Ronaldo to share it.
Schick and Ronaldo to share it.
So he needs one more Schick?
Schick and Ronaldo to share it, and I'm going Lukaku. What are you guys going? Who is going to win the Golden Boot at the 2020 Euros? I keep saying, it sounds weird when you say it because we're in 2021, but it's the 2020 Euros. Who is going to win the Golden Boot? Let us know right now. And don't forget, Manscaped, you can get up to 20% off. Use the code DonRobbie20. The link is in the description. And don't forget to check out all of our watch-alongs. We've been doing a watch-along to every single Euro games. It's been absolutely brilliant. We've also been on the ground following the fans around, whether it be England games, other games. It's all here on the Don Robbie channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Like it, and we'll see you on the next one.